File Explorer. Hello, Killer Vidal. I am demoing Life Not Supported. Users. App data. And it is. I wish I knew my alphabet, huh? Stubbings, there we go. Life Not Supported. What's today's date? 28th? Get doxed, son. This was all an elaborate ruse to dox you. Now I know what looks at paper continent you live on. I'm scrolling through the log file myself. Just because I'm curious. No, it's not that. It's interesting. Oh, maybe that's what happened when the game kind of freaked out. Might have had to do with this grounded function. Have I seen the log stream help yet? It does do that it only does it 4 times. No, 7? I could just hit the count button. It's like around 7. Message. Hope that you have your DMs open. Oh, that doesn't work? I thought for sure that would work. Open containing file in Explorer. Click and drag. Hello, Jeff. There is your log file, slightly edited. Happy to help. A ghost ping and Bailey server. Trihex is live. Jesus. Trihex's stream title is "The Day After I Have Found Inner Peace." Jesus. He's transcending. Also, I don't know if Steam will let you put out, like, the update posts, because you're only updating, like, the demo, right? But if it does, you should start making those on Steam as well, if you can. Just because, you know, when people go and look at this page, it will fill them with a bit of confidence if they see, okay, this guy updates the game. This guy updates! That was like a huge, I mean, if Chancer and I looked at Raft's store page now, because Raft is the reason why when Chancer and I look at a game and we say, this game might not be where we want it to be, but will it get there? Raft is the reason. Right? So now, what Chancer and I do is when Chancer and I find a game, right? we go and look like just below the Steam page and we go, okay, how much do these guys post? The Phasmophobia team is kind of like a good example. They honestly, like, even if they don't have something like concrete to show, they'll still just like post. Raft is still like an okay game, it's just kind of a letdown. I still enjoyed my time with it, I just wish that it was more. Yeah, the biggest problem is that Raft is such a missed mark, in my opinion. Same with Subnautica. Both games, like, yeah. I honestly wish... I think another huge thing that would have gone a long way for us with Raft is just give us a way to customize the difficulty so that I can remove the second shark. For Chancer's sake, I don't mind the second shark, but every other thing in it I love. Every other, like, difficulty modifier in there, how frequently the shark attacks, how much health it has and all that, but also, like, how fast your hunger and thirst decrease and stuff. It added a lot to that game, in my opinion, where it really lengthened it out, but in, like, a way that made it more enjoyable for me. But also, when Chancellor and I were playing Raft, we did say it would be sick to have like a version of this in space. But also, that comes with like a lot of other things, where we also kind of want a space rogue situation. Life not we can't put that kind of pressure on Life Not Supported. One day, we will show you space rogues on stream. And chat will be like, this is what you guys have been talking up all this time, and we will be like, you don't understand. You don't understand how great of a base this is. It just sucks that we're pretty sure that, actually, you know what? Let's look it up. Did Space Rogues ever get any more updates? Fucking Leos Ra, dude. Let's Google Leos Ra. He made a Subnautica account. Dude, it's such a shame. Oh. Leos Ra, what are you posting anything on the old Hive workshop? January 17th, 2017. Could you please update Space Rogues in some way or other? I have a bunch of friends that tried to end the game, but it's nearly impossible. Fuck, dude, so many people commented on his profile just praising Soul Chess. Only a couple of people here talking about Space Rogues. 2017 is pretty good considering I don't think the guy made a map past 2007. His last post was in 2010. So it's like an older game. It's a Warcraft 3 custom map. Soul Chest and Space Rogues. Space Rogues is a map where it's a cooperative map where you and I want to say let's just back out. Apparently, someone actually tried to steal the map. What the fuck? Okay, so someone uploaded Space Rogues to Hive Workshop, and someone was like, hey, you're not the creator. Like, did you get permission from this guy to do that? And they're like, no, but he uploaded it to the Hive Workshop, so he must be fine with it, right? And someone's like, you should probably, ask him. And why don't you ask him? Because quite frankly, I can't be bothered. Betty doesn't even have the unprotected map or coding knowledge to fix it. Trust me, reading his code isn't nice. It's like, dude. Wow, you really escalated this, huh? It gets worse. I'm just kind of waiting for me to get nice and deep in here. It gets worse because then the actual creator, Leos Ra, comes in and is like, hey, I gotta read. Technically, you stole my map. As a matter of fact, I have the unprotected version, obviously, because I was the only one working on this project. And I also have the coding knowledge. I already wrote a tool to auto-fix most of my and other people's maps. For 1.2... You did what? You did what? You wrote a tool to do this? Oh my god, that hurts my soul. That literally means that RZO2 is dead just because we don't have the unprotected version of the map. Ah! We don't even have to learn how to do it. We don't even have to learn how to fix it. We just have to... Ugh. It didn't work on Space Rogues directly though, and I couldn't be arsed to do it manually as StarCraft 2 is coming up. Oh man. Because yeah, I don't give a damn about jazz. Studying applicated IT, I'd rather focus on more general and powerful programming languages. So the reason the coding is bad to read is that I've mostly been using GUI with Wii U, which is the reason Wii U, not as in, you're not that programming savvy. In version 1.24 of Warcraft 3 broke a lot of custom maps. Custom maps people learned how to protect them so that if you are not the creator, it's compiled code, basically. Right. RZO2 is a map that we played. It is the basis for Candy and I's friendship, most of our friendships. RZO2 is protected. It got broken by an update 1.24, where Blizzard changed some shit that was kind of for the better, but I also hate them for doing it. Because it broke, like, a lot. This guy made a tool that supposedly auto-fixes it for most maps. Which means that potentially, all that keeps me from having a working version of RZO2 and being able to show people this map I keep fucking talking about, that obviously after all this time I've talked about how good it is, it's only ever going to be a letdown because it still isn't even finished, is potentially running this tool. Potentially. Which is the reason patch 1.24 ruined a lot of functions which are being used. You probably found an easy way to fix this, which is a nice thing indeed, but you were supposed to contact me first, like Apocalypse said. Not even regarding your arrogance, the reason I'm upset is that several other people offered me to fix this while also advancing the project. Just because I couldn't make up my mind so far is no valid reason for not even contacting me. On the other hand, you gave me the credit at least, and apparently you fixed the map, but right now I'd like to know whether you plan to continue working on the map itself or not, and I suggest we discuss this via PM. This version itself may remain public for now. No, I actually do think that RZO2 is as good as we've said. I also think that Space Rogues, mostly what we talk about loving about Space Rogues, because Space Rogues is like early versions. Like what we played is very early on, like in its development. But like the concepts that it employs, like in its gameplay, are really cool. And we would love to see. I mostly look at like a lot of these like Warcraft 3 maps that we played, and I'm like, I wish this was a full game. Or that the developer finished it. That would suffice as well. That was a really good response from them, but also I wish I could go back in time and be like, maybe you should not be putting so many baskets into StarCraft 2. Alright, let's see. StarCraft 2 Leosh Ra. Not a good sign when nothing comes up. StarCraft 2 Cypher. Is that how you spell his name? Let me go make sure. Epic War. Warcraft 3 maps. Rural Zombie Onslaught. No author, huh? Okay. RZO2. There it is. StarCraft 2. Where is the post that fills me with sadness, man? Actually, you know what? Let's just type in What the fuck? Alright, well, let's all hold up. Let's all hold up. Sorry, everyone. I'm going through some memories right now. August 19th, 2007. Map, Rural Zombie Onslaught 2, The Onslaughting. Creators, Zypher and Husky Ninja. Phase of development, Public Beta 2. Let me go into this and see the last post. Where's the last post from Zypher, man? Last post, September 5th, 2007. Public Beta 3 is out. I got a little off track while working on Public Beta 3. Here's a list of what I actually changed. And this is the last version of the map that I have. Oh. Yeah, hello, family spoon. The thread dies on like October 19th, 2007. You just hate to see it, man. The last post? Haha, well, this is the only place where I can find any activity regarding the mod, as I just recently got into it. Hopefully the creator will come back and my post will put some life back here. It's like his post was designed specifically to hurt me. Dude, this thread, it's harmful to my soul. He also made a post on another Warcraft 3 site, I guess. And some of these people coming back years later, hey, did you finish this? I was really looking forward to it. This is a year after the previous post. No, this is like 4 months after the previous post. But some of these people are like years later, man. Oh. Oh. Zyper posted in 2010 to the StarCraft 2 Mapster forums. Now that StarCraft 2 is out, it's time to make a map that is so awesome it's unstable. To this end, I've decided to write the 3rd chapter in the RZO series, Rule Zombie Onslaught 3D, Space Zombies.
That never happened.
Oh my god, chat. Again, I apologize to the life not supported. I do. But I'm having a time over here right now. Somebody else has actually uploaded gameplay. 14,000 views for this video of Rule Zombie Onslaught. The first one, not the second one.
What is it? Off I go then. Righto. All right.
Oh.
Off I go then. Righto. Yes, me lord. All right.
God, I would just love for a way to contact him, man. Alright. That's enough of that. That's enough of making myself sad. I already knew, because I've already tried to contact Cypher before. I've already gone through the song and dance of learning that he just kind of dropped off the face of the planet and then reappeared after Warcraft 2 and was planning on making a Rule Zombie Onslaught 3 because, like, he had a lot more room to kind of play around and, you know, not being married to Warcraft 3 anymore. But sadly, I don't think a public version ever came out. I mean, honestly, I'm lucky to even have the RZO2. As many versions of it that I do. Just because RZO2 was not really, like, super public either. It just so kind of happened that I joined his game. He isn't even usually on the US servers. I'm pretty sure he's usually on like the European servers. And I just so happened to join his game, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm also gonna host up like a current version I have of RZO2." And I was like, "There's an RZO2?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Dude, I'm like a super fan of your map. I think it's like honestly one of the best things I've ever played." And I was like, "Oh yeah, you can have it. Thanks for hosting my map all the time." I was like, "No fucking problem, dude. I love it." But yeah, I do think that RZO2 and Space Rogues are both like actually good maps, especially and we say maps, they're really mods. When I say maps, you can just replace them in your mind with mods, but I'm gonna keep calling them maps because that's the language that we used back then. And you can really, like, a lot of the concepts that they bring to the table are like pretty good. It's just like a shame that they never got finished. Space Rogues is a map where one person is the pilot, one person is the engineer, and the rest are people on the ship. And you go on space missions. Everyone has kind of like the pilot and the engineer have like defined roles on the ship. But everyone else is kind of free to choose like what stations they go to and kind of what they do to like aid the ship as a whole. The pilot kind of, you know, steers, for the most part, the non-defined roles, the ship and the pilot and the engineer. For the most part, what they do is they man like the turrets, and the turrets have blah 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 blah. The engineer handles like the wiring of the ship. He directs power to shields, to the weapons, and he like refines the ship and upgrades it throughout the course of it. And you're sent on missions, basically, that involve just like spacefaring, but also some of them involve like boarding and stuff. And like, you know, events like happen and there's like a story, and it's like a sick system. It's the system for me that makes me go, God, I wish we had a game that really captured, because what it kind of brings to mind is like the idea kind of like that Star Trek presents, where like you have a person on each station. It's like, hey, raise shields, you take us to impulse and warp, you know, blah 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 blah, right? Everyone's got like their role that plays into like the larger picture, which is really what I love about Puzzle Pirates. Puzzle Pirates captures this feeling greatly. It just kind of sucks that it's all tied to puzzles and that the scale is kind of smaller. Really, my dream is that it happens on a larger scale, and some people, another game that kind of does this, that is on the, oh, thanks for the follow, Sam Stubbings. Honestly, I can't believe that you stuck around for me staying paused for like a gorillion years while I talked about like a 20-year-old game. And kind of where that goes is, or not, was the Guns of Icarus is the other game that some people will talk to me about. Like, Guns of Icarus is the game that you want. I'm like, no, it isn't, because Guns of Icarus is like extremely small on its scale, right? I want to do like the Enterprise type stuff. Also, I don't really want it to be PvP. I would like it to be PvE. Space Rogues demonstrated that it is possible to do it as PvE. Granted, it wasn't finished, right? It only had like a couple of missions, and then you go into like an endless survival mode. But what was there was like really good. There's a reason why, if I mention Space Rogues to Ice, if I mention it to Alpha, if I mention it to Candy, if I mention it to Chancer, all of us go, that map was like really good. It sucks that it wasn't finished, right? But even when we had, like, we got like a lot of hours out of, and there was not, the amount that was there and what we got out of it was very, very disproportionate. As is the case for like a lot of Warcraft 3 custom maps, to be honest. So Pulsar? Pulsar? Lost Colony? Or this other one titled Pulsar? Extremely noted. We gotta... That one is less important than just this one. Get out of here. I guess, like, actually, part of, like, a better strategy here would just be, like, just make, like, a big ol' raft. Because that way I can just walk and pick up stuff. I'm surprised that nobody who's been here for any of the Warcraft 3 co-op streams, or even the stuff that just happened, have asked me, like, aren't you, like, dying inside? Like, you've described that, like, doing this to yourself is just, like, painful. I don't know. I think that I've come to terms with it. And it only took, like, 10 years. Maybe like 15 years? No, that's not true. Maybe like 10 years. I was about to say, did the video end? Thank you. I think probably what did a little bit of a number on the previous run, the one that crashed, this probably had to do with having so many lights, I think. Because I noticed that as you add more lights, the performance seems to take a hit. But with that said, listen, I'm making a couple of lights. And just like that, might need to ban. No. What I think that like the. So what I think, this is without me really deep diving the logs or anything, right? What I think is probably the problem is it's probably twofold, right? Because if I do this, there's like a little performance hit, right? There's no frame. What I think is probably the problem is having so many. And I think that part of what happens is it might be doing like too many lighting updates because you have so many of them. I think that this ends up being fine, and also I think that this is like really good. I don't know, it makes the game like a lot easier for me to parse. But even having multiple of them, I'm pretty sure that some like workarounds can happen. But also, I don't think it's all that important at the moment. But going back to something else. So, when you have more time, I think that something that is worth considering. Actually, I might be able to do this in a cooler demonstrating way. One moment. Let me take care of the human body. Okay, so I have this set up now, right? I think that you should actually allow people to tether to multiple anchors at the same time so that they can do something like this, right? So imagine I'm tethered to one of these. I'll just do it. Right? I think I should be allowed to tether to the other one as well to kind of lock me doubly so. You know what I mean? Because then I only really get to move on like... I get to move on less axes, if that makes sense. Also, I think someone else already suggested letting you break the tether. Like, from out there, rather than having to go to it. Yeah, to be funky, but also what it allows is it allows for some other... It allows for, like, for some unique stuff. And I understand that, like, part of the idea with this is that, let's say I... Because I think that what you're kind of thinking about, right? I'm out of metal. Alright, hold on, I gotta get more metal. And also, I will shout from the rooftops that I want to play around with the physics, because like part of what's sick about putting your game in space is that like we don't get to interact with that often as like real human beings, right? So like some at least ideological slash like what we imagine space physics to be like, we are allowed to play with. So that's why when I was like, I don't really, like, I'm not super down with like the tether, but then I was like, but then I thought about how I could like attach to the tether and then like use it as like a toe. Like I attach to this and then I just like go this way and it lets me kind of like pull the craft, right? I'm down for that. I'm super down for that. Or like, you know, I press spacebar here and then I use it to like slingshot myself. That also excites me. Right? But also, like, sounds like work. Kind of. Do I have enough metal yet? Okay, I have enough metal. So what I think that you're trying, or one of the things that you are trying to get out of us. Whoa, chill. Is you are thinking about something cool like this, potentially. Where you're thinking about how we can, like, I'm here and I want to be safe or whatever, right? And so I go like this amount of distance and then I connect to this one, right? Maybe. Huh. I haven't seen that before. But you can keep that functionality as long as you add a way for them to break the tether, not at the tether. Or also you could just have like another prompt that's like add tether or, you know, replace tether. Oxygen. Oops. But mine has like some other uses too, because like this could be used like, so let's say I decided to make this a room and I'm trying to like work on the room. Imagine the room's like a bit bigger. If I attach to both these tethers, what it means is that I have to worry less about my ship hitting stuff, right? Because they're gonna keep me kind of like in place, right? And that's useful. And that's also like cool that I like develop a system to deal with it. This is if you play Terraria, it's also kind of like the ivy hook, right? But it's like more relevant here in some ways, and less relevant because, well, it's less relevant because like Terraria has like a lot more like room building, right? Where that's kind of useful to hit those in between spots that are not at the actual edges. But it's also like more relevant here just because we're in space and stuff hits the craft, right? and the craft moves, and unlike in something we'll say like raft, right, where if something were to hit your raft, right, well, because of how physics work, it would also, you would feel all of that, right? But because, at least at the moment, we don't have any atmosphere, right? If I jump off this and something hits it, it doesn't affect me at all. So, like, in theory, I would, like, slam against the wall, and it'd be really fucking annoying. But also, that's like, for a second there, I thought that I lost a piece of the craft, and I was like, did you add pieces, things dying? And also, I think that this, if you decide to not go that route or whatever, right, it's your game. I'm just here to talk. And do what I do, which is like, critique games, and you know, try to give feedback and stuff. If you do decide to... Why did you change that shit? To not do any of that, and you decide to keep tethers, like, long-term or whatever, right? It'd be kind of cool to upgrade them with, like, the... Wow, you can grab those from really far. What the fuck? It would be nice to put to have some way to attach tethers in this storage so that it feeds you oxygen. I don't think I've seen anyone say that in the Discord. To be fair, I haven't like read it super thoroughly. I've got a lot of things on the go at the moment. And I'm a little surprised if no one has said that. Because I feel like that's like the natural evolution of that. But also, that's from like a mindset of at the moment where there's no atmosphere, right? I agree with that. But it's complicated to upgrade it, right? Because we make like a ton of these. So like, I don't know. I find the balancing of that to be kind of weird, right? Because like no one wants to just spend like a ton of time just kind of, you know, messing with their tethers, right? So I'm not sure. Because that's what I was thinking about when I was even thinking about this whole upgrade thing, where it's like, okay, yeah, but like... with there being multiple on a craft, right? But it's all a process. Look at all of the boxes. You really see how much stuff there is out here when you put on a couple of lights. Have you already stress tested like how large you can have a craft be? Has anyone done that? Okay. Also, this is another just like friendly tip. You should add a navigation thing like relatively soon or something that kind of stops all the spinning, because you're gonna filter a lot of people just I think out of like motion sickness. I would say that Subnautica is worth playing through though, just because Subnautica has like some cool tidbits in it. It has like some really cool parts of it. And I'm bringing this up right now because like, so to go back to the conversation earlier about how like gathering like needs like a next phase in this, right? Because once like atmosphere comes into play here and like we actually have like an inside to this thing, like I'm not gonna be able to pick up this stuff, right? That's gonna become like a lot more laborious and stuff. And obviously I'm like, okay, don't just do like collection nets. Collection nets are honestly like part of the problem in Raft. But the problem is that like Raft doesn't offer up like another solution, right? It's pick it up manually, use the hook, pick it up passively. Like for free, right? But there are like other things that you can kind of do to help. So looking at like a Factorio. Factorio doesn't actually do this, but like it has several systems where like you can imagine that you could set up like logistic robots, or no, not logistic robots to like actually go and acquire resources for you, right? In Subnautica, there is like a room that you build as part of your base that if you like give it like an object, it will find all of those objects like in the area surrounding you and like kind of highlight them or whatever. So then like you could take it like a step further, like in with this game, it's like, okay, you do that and then like I can see them better or whatever, right? But then like the step further is like, okay, now give me like, you know, like a controllable, like a manable hook or something, and then I can go pick it up without having to leave the inside of my craft, right? Because then it's still not automatic. It's not automated, but we've automated like some parts of it. We've automated the part where I have to get out of here. You're blocking my. I have to look at all this and then like filter out the noise. So I filter out the debris, and then I'm like, okay, what am I actually looking for? Because I need electrical wires right now. So then I have to filter it again and be like, okay, it's that. That's what I'm looking for. And then I have to like use oxygen to go get it. So like there's still value even though I haven't truly automated. I've only automated parts of it, and it still would have like a cost because then, you know, like energy and stuff, whatever. You can do the, you know, like the laser catching net. You can have your collection nets, but just don't put them early. I beg you. No ants! Stop with the ants! I should never have told him about that shit, man. I potentially harmed the gaming community. Sam Stubbings is gonna go on to make their third or fourth game. And in their fourth game, they're just gonna put ants in it for the fourth game in a row. And people are gonna be like, "What the fuck are you doing? Why do all of your games just have these dumbass ants?" And you're like, "Well, this one time when I made the first game, I watched a Twitch streamer and he was talking about RimWorld and RimWorld's random ants. So I said, you know, it sounds like a great thing to have in every game." No, you don't like this. Stop. The only reason that you might like this is because of Rock and Stone. No. I'm fine with more threats to my raft. I would love more threats to my craft, not my raft. I would love more threats to me. Please. Just make them things that I can respond to and do things about. Allow me to be proactive. There's like a ton of other things to talk about too, but also, as I've said before and I'll say again, it's all, yes, he's not done with the game. Chill. Or it's like, you know, I shouldn't be like self-sufficient by just like sitting here and blah 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 blah. You know the idea. But it's also, you want people to be able to like play the demo. So, I get it. Although, I will say, scrap metal, you can go ahead and make it stack a little higher, please. I think scrap metal will be fine if it stacks to like 25. Hondo shigoto. Yep, understandable. I'm gonna end this soon anyway. Just because I don't have anything else to like do. I will post the like timestamp for this segment in the channel for you as well. In case that is relevant. But good night. Alright, Dev's gone. No rules anymore. Just it not hand. No! We're zooming, dude. Oh, my name is Barry Allen. Oh, that's actually kind of sick. No! Alright, we're safe. It's so good. This is tech. You may not like it, but this is what peak perform. No. All my craft gone. Oh. It crashed.